gentlemen, you have found That Checks Out. I am Ted. We're over here with my co-host Damon. Across the studio, we have our super producer Brian. We call him Big Mac. Let's start the show. Damon, it seems like you've had an interesting week.
I've had an interesting week, to say the least. Can I... we just talked about how we're going to start, and I'm like, can I left turn right after your intro? And, hey, Damon, tell me about your week. I'm going to left turn right now. I have a drinking game for our podcast, and it's for every time I say... you know what I mean?
Well, people. You know what's funny? Before you got here, and you totally sidetracked with the fact that we are concerned about your health. I was going to ask Brian on the down low how much it would cost for him to go through and make a supercut of every time you say, you know what I mean?
He doesn't have enough audio equipment to do that.
Yeah, there's not enough.
How often does he say it?
So listen,
have you not
last episode?
I haven't noticed it if he's using it a lot.
Well, let's not tell him because it has ruined my life, so don't tell him.
Yeah.
If he hasn't caught on to it yet, don't.
I'm thinking about invoking a prize for last week's episode if someone can tell me exactly how many times I said it. I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and listen.
Is it the whole phrase? You know what I mean? Because sometimes you say, you know what I'm saying, or is it the whole, you know what I mean?
I'm okay with right?
I get it in the beginning of that sentence.
Because I'm cutting myself there. But I listened to it and I'm like, who would listen to me talk for this long and not want to punch me in the throat?
So I should get a prize.
Because
I can reach your throat from here.
Someone won a spider ring. Yeah. Congratulations.
Did you get those out of Chuck E. Cheese before they closed down?
Yeah. But I started thinking about that. And so then last night I even told my wife, we may, and I don't know what will end up, because this whole thing is going to be improv. We are not doing, which we talked about 35 seconds before you intro.
Right.
We are not doing the what are you known for? I have a handful of those, and I don't think we have enough to go off of and have some fun with it.
So you want more?
I either want more or we'll work them in as part of something else. We were going to kind of, because I had enough time. Here's the deal. I did get hurt this week. And I've been off kind of social media, and I've been laying low, and I haven't been reaching out to people. Hey, give me this or give me that. I haven't. I didn't even look at the numbers on last week's show. I'm hoping it was okay. I don't know. I haven't. I can't sit in a computer chair other than right now. This is the first time I'm sitting in a computer chair. But I have a hip flexor. Good news. There's a muscle somewhere in my body because it is strained. So for those of you who think that guy don't have a muscle in his body, false. Okay. Now, bad news is, I believe, and I may have to see somebody this week, I believe that it's not just a strain, that it's a tear, and that by me going to work even last week, and it's not work's fault. I did this at home. This is me. But by going and agitating it over and over and over, I may have made it worse, or I may not allow it to heal.
Now, unfortunately, I'm friends with you on social media. Mm-hmm. So I saw upwards of 700 people telling you to go get that checked out immediately, to stop being at work, stop doing everything. And you're like, this is probably the one. I'm not going to be stubborn. This is definitely the one where I'm going to do the right thing and go see a doctor. Well, here we are.
Well, I did. I went seriously.
I don't want to hear if you went to a doctor and it didn't go well, because I don't.
No.
I don't want to disparage any medical people here, but I'm just saying, like, please tell me you were definitely going to get this.
I was misdiagnosed. They said you need a vasectomy. I'm like, whoa, way off. Let me tell you that story. Yeah, no, but I went to a chiropractor, and I'm going to hear about this from some people. And lo and behold, that's where I am totally twisted and I'm hurt. And what's weird is when they go to that area, and you're laying face down on the table, and they push on that area, and they go, wow, that's their response. I'm like, cool. Then I'm not being as big a baby as I think I am.
It's funny because you remember right before this, you said what you were going to do, and I said I could piggyback off your story.
Yeah,
I can piggyback off that exact point. I'll wait till the end of your story, though.
Okay,
I don't have
yours
to.
might be better than mine. I really don't know.
I don't know if you remember this. I had back surgery a few years back. I had herniated disc, L4, L5, lower back. I couldn't walk, couldn't do anything. I had the surgery, went fine. I went to the physical therapist. First day I'm there. I'm on my stomach. He's touching my. He's doing like they do like a tissue massage, so you don't get scar tissue and everything.
And they're checking stuff out.
Yeah, they're checking stuff out.
Right.
So this is the first time I've been there. First day back. He pushes down, and I hear an audible like snap, and I can feel it now. But now the pain is going down the opposite leg.
Okay.
So it turns out that had herniated the disc on the other side.
So it didn't move it. It said now you have twice the problem.
Well, right. So I had to go back to I had to get another MRI the next day, and I had to go back in later that week for the same surgery on the other side of the spine, same spot, L4, L5. So I don't know what I was more afraid of, calling my boss and being like, hey, remember when I was coming back in August? We're looking more like Halloween now.
Yeah.
Or telling my wife that, hey, we're going to live on 2/3 of my salary for another 3 months. That was fantastic. But it was the same thing. Like, I was fine. I felt like I was getting better. And then I just laid down on that table and he was just doing some minor, pushing on my back. And I felt it. And I was like, oh, God, I know what this feels like because I just felt it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I said my pain as it relates to like what people know, it feels like a sciatic pain kind of, only it goes down the front of my left leg, right in the middle of my leg. And it's like, dude, it's wrecking my kneecap. Like my kneecap hurts. I'm walking funny on it. Everything's crazy. It's bad. Okay.
Yeah. No. When you walked in here, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Well, and that's after I lifted my left, because it's my left leg. After I lifted my own leg out of the car, and here's the deal. So I talked with somebody we know when we were younger, Jim Spinelli. I talked with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He went out of his way. He reached out on Facebook. He says, call me. So I sent him a message. I said, listen, here's my number, and if you have time to hear me whine and would like to give me some advice, I appreciate it. He called me moments later. It was very, very nice. So he's in sports medicine. So he's working with athletes, which we can all agree I am not. So when I was telling him what it is, he kind of came to the conclusion that it could be back related, even though I didn't feel pain there. But sciatic, I think, normally goes down the back of your legs.
But usually goes down the back, right?
So when I did tell him, hey, I was diagnosed as a hip flexor issue, and basically what it is my hip wants me to be in the fetal position to be comfortable. Okay? My body has to be in the upright position to walk. Now, my body is teamed up with about, 295 pounds or north thereof teammates that say, guess what, bro? We're going to walk straight up and down, whether you like it or not. So there's a lot of pain involved. And you know what's the worst part is, seriously, and that's why I literally walked in, guys. I'm always either the first or second one here. I walked in like 3 minutes. The mics were probably hot already when I walked in,
Yeah, when that happened to me, I walked in and said, oh, I really have to tinkle.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't say, oh, hey, by the way, Ted, the mics are hot.
I limped in with gifts, which we'll talk about in a minute, but I limped in with gifts, and you guys really looked concerned, and it was nice.
Well, we thought that you had missed the intersection and the Silver Bullet Coors Light train had gotten you.
I tell you what, that would have done wonders for this podcast. First off, I would have been like foreseeing. I'd had like the Sixth Sense type thing. Yeah,
you would have matrixed it.
But you can't profit off it because my Sixth Sense is gone at an intersection somewhere.
Why didn't you tell us how to win the lottery, you jerk?
Yeah.
And can you clean this up? I need to get home.
Don't tell me that intersection's still set down.
Man, that's my direct route. I got to go all the way around now.
He is such an inconvenient. Oh, never mind.
No, but I want to talk. When I hurt my back this winter, I reached Spinelli, found out about it, reached out, and talked me through some stuff and gave me some suggestions for stretches and some things. So he's been an absolute,
the guy's got a talent.
He's been a gentleman. Yeah,
he's got a talent, and it's nice because other than social media, I haven't seen him face to face. I know in
he
20,
called me
25
years. I don't
years.
know how we had a good half an hour conversation about stuff.
I was at work, so I'm going to say it wasn't that long in case anybody listens from work. But
it was like 30 seconds. I was like, Jim, I can't talk now. I'm busy.
But no, and he has he's even for updates every couple of days. He's texting me, so it's very nice and very thoughtful. But I think I may have to, I don't know if an MRI or something picks that up. I may have to go see somebody else and see if there's actually a tear. Because if there's a tear, then I'm not doing myself a justice by getting out of the chair and moving around. Because honestly, when I'm on my feet for a while, I start to loosen up and I feel better. Other than my right leg then hates my left leg because it says, hey, bro, you know that 295 we're team with? Yeah, it's right here on a fence post.
Yeah,
we'd like to split that up.
Like Jimmy looked like one of your legs had committed mutiny when you walked in here.
Correct.
And all of it was just pulling yourself with the one leg in here.
Yeah, I am not playing kickball later today. There's no doubt. But no, that was my week. But I really think we ought to think today might be the intervention for me. I don't know. Do we have? I probably should have prefaced this before we started, Brian. But we need some kind of buzzer or some kind of, when I start to say that, of course, you know what? That requires you paying attention. I don't see how this is going to work.
I don't want to ruin his life. If he hasn't noticed it yet, let's let him live
I don't
peacefully.
know. I don't know if you read.
Because I didn't notice it as much until our friend Tony brought it up.
Oh, but the last episode, and I don't listen for it, but hey, people that offend me, I offended myself when I listened that. I'm not kidding.
I should have slipped that in. I should have been like, the guy that says, you know what I mean a lot? That guy offends me. Have you ever met one of those guys, Damon? You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean, Damon?
Yeah. You know what I mean, Damon? Has anyone...
Damon.
So, Damon, has anyone ever said, you know what I mean too much to you, Damon?
But that might be a fun drinking game if you want to go back and play some of the previous ones, because I'm not.
Do you want to kill all of our audience? What are they drinking? Please tell me it's just water.
That was my
or
thing.
refreshing iced
You'll
tea.
be hammered like 7 minutes in, but you'll find us way more entertaining. About the
Drink a very light beer. A very, very ultra light beer.
About 23 minutes after you pass out, it'll go on and play the next episode of ours. So we'll get the numbers for that. So
Right. Oh,
this
there
is
you go.
actually solid.
Yes.
This is a very
Says
solid
auto
premise.
download. Right.
Yeah.
You won't turn it off because you don't even know it's playing.
It's called the drinking and subscribe game.
Well, it's a subscribe and drinking game.
Right.
Because we need to do that other thing first.
But I am going to try and catch myself. And what I think I'll do is when I start going, when I know, I'm going to just put something random after it today. If I catch
we
myself.
saw what happens when you go off rail. So I don't know if you want to try to derail your... Last week, we haven't talked about this. We had a sponsor.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Brian surprised us with that. Excellent. Thank you, Big Mac.
Yeah.
I was trying to let's not talk over this gentleman's paid advertising. The whole time Damon's like, is this is this a thing? Who did are you what?
That was solid. That
I got more
out.
compliments on the fact that I could keep my mouth shut through a commercial this week than anything else.
Well, I usually fast forward through them on my TV, so it's kind of weird when you got to listen here, and you're like, wow. Well,
the best part is we thought Big Mac was advertising his own stuff during our show, and we're like, what is this?
So just if anybody wants to get in my head for those emotions, because I did bring a lot of my inner voices out last week.
Oh,
I understand.
yeah.
And I had a lot of fun with that. And I do think if I ever get a tattoo, it is going to be the Kool-Aid guy cooking pixie sticks over a spoon. That'll be my prison tat, because I think they're going to be like, there's no way I'm messing with that guy. But no, I thought it was weird because we said something in the podcast, and then Mac was laughing, but we're like, well, hey, speak up. And he's like, yes, I don't want to interrupt it. And then you started talking about that, and he just like blatantly interrupted. I'm like, hey, bro, what happened to that? I don't want to interrupt anything.
I don't want to interrupt when it has nothing to do with me, but if I can plug myself, let me just get right in here.
Right.
I was waiting for the opportunity. I'm like, when am I going to jump in? When am I going to jump in?
So
I think
you
thought
you
I
were
was
paying attention?
Yeah.
Well, I think he thought I was going to wrap up, but I was really going to start advertising the stuff I had coming up. It's like, hey, let me tell you about some comedy dates I have.
Hey,
I can't even do comedy.
That necessitates.
I can't do comedy as it is, much less say it.
Yeah.
But I was like, let me tell you about my upcoming dates. And he's like, oh, let me cut in here. No one wants to hear about this.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, this is Brian from...
I'm going to do the public a favor and not subject them. I will tell you right now, people that you don't know, that know me, that listen to the podcast, I've got several messages since you did that, and since it came out Monday, about, hey, do you want to go to that? Hey, we should carpool. Hey, we should go. Now, I would love to go see you do that, and I would love to go see John DeCoste, because if you haven't seen him, he's hysterical.
Great guy.
He's
Great
hysterical.
Guy,
You know what you're getting with Ted because he talks right here. So
right.
you know.
John will make up for it.
John will make up for it, but John is clean. He's not.
Yeah, I did have some people ask about it.
Yeah, he's clean. But in saying that, you are here. People hear you. People know what you are. You don't change and flip a switch and go, hey, well.
Don't go super dirty on stage.
Yeah,
right?
I know that there's no kids in the car when they're sitting here, so here I go. We don't do that,
right?
But
I've had some people reach out and actually tell me they've gotten tickets. I do have to correct it. They decided for safety reasons, instead of doing 2 shows on Saturday, because you have to sanitize and clean the room and flip it. Yeah, they're just doing 1 show. So I'll just be 8:00 Saturday, July 25th, Kenosha, Wisconsin, the Wingate Hotel at the Kenosha Comedy Club.
Now, when you go for that, do you drive out and then come back the same day? Or do you stay there? 8:00 show is not that late, right?
Yeah, I usually come home.
You usually come home? Yeah. I didn't know. And if you did 11 o'clock show, you might not.
So let's say this wasn't 2020 and the world was an actual living hell this weekend. I mean, it's going to be nice. It's going to be that. And that part of Kenosha is beautiful. It's right on the bay. It's the water's right there. They do the tall ship thing every so often.
Oh, okay.
I would probably stay if this weekend. I would, bring the family up. We'd have it do like if it wasn't
right. If it wasn't
gross,
like
you could actually do other things.
Yeah.
But since you can't, and it,
like the
the
year of
awkwardness
the rapture, or whatever they call it. Right. Yeah.
Right. I would probably
understand.
stay, but I've done it in the winter where, even though it sucks, there's nothing to do, so I just drive home.
I gotcha.
Even though the next day you're like, well, I should have just stayed up here because now it's an absolute blizzard.
Now I'm at home shoveling and snow blowing, and I could have not been.
But
here.
I did. I recorded for the Lucy show at the Row Center in Crystal Lake this week.
So do they go on the website to see that?
Yeah,
Or is it
that'll
something they have
also
to,
be this weekend. So
They
it'll be
need to
simultaneous.
purchase tickets to see that.
Yeah, I'll have more information about that later this week. But yeah, if you're a member of the Row Center, you get it for free. If you are not, you can purchase a code to watch it online. I did that with Brian Williams, our good friend.
Yeah.
John hosts that.
By the
he
way,
was there.
his hair is much longer than I ever saw that before.
Yeah, there's actually. It's funny you say that because So he went up first, and he tells a joke that I'm supposed to piggyback off of, but I was talking to John, so I didn't hear if he did that joke, so I didn't want to do it, not knowing if he hadn't done it, so I didn't do it. But his joke is that he has a ritual where he shaves his head every time he's been with a woman.
Oh.
So then I come up and be like, hey, I just found something weird about Brian today. We have the same ritual about being with a woman. But I didn't do it because I didn't hear if he had done it or not. I didn't want to do that and be like crickets, like, what is this crazy guy talking about?
Right.
But it was weird because it's online. It was a 2-camera shoot. They have a very small audience. It was fun because Brian likes to record everything. So he brought his own camera, and John's like, you don't need to record that. They're going to record it. And Brian's like, yeah, but I want to watch it tonight. I want to watch it immediately. And John's like, well, you're the only one that wants to watch it ever.
Right. Yeah.
But he's like, Ted, can you run out in the audience and turn it on? And I go out there, and I've been in some small audiences before, but there's probably 8 people plus like the 3 or 4 technical people doing the 2 cameras and the sound and everything. So 12 people max. And I walk out, the 2 ladies right in the front. They live. If they were 100, it would be a young age guest for them. And they're like,
really?
Is this where they're going to do the comedy stuff? Is that guy going to talk? What do we do? Are we supposed to clap for them? What's going on? When are we going to get the pudding? I thought there was going to be pudding here. So Brian can't see them yet. He comes out to do the mic check, looks out, and he looks to make sure that I'm there so he can turn his camera. So he sees these 2 people, and he goes from bright smiles, he's got his attitude up, to just boom,
Energy gone.
oh yeah, he's just like, well, because he's not dirty, but he says some stuff that he thinks that maybe people, he doesn't want people in their hundreds to get offended by. So
Correct.
He wants to take out everything and turn everything into like sassafras and son of a bean, like
Right.
So he's like trying to mentally edit as he's up
He's
there.
trying to keep the chicanery and tomfoolery at a minimum.
But it was
I
such a
understand.
weird thing. So he gets done, and then we have to sanitize the lapel mic and the main mic.
Right.
And because there's monitors and cameras, they don't want you walking around. So it's not like a handheld mic where you can walk around. It's one of like old time 50s, like, Elvis recording, like giant silver mics up there.
Like the one you took the photograph with?
Yeah, like
Okay.
my headshot.
Right.
And what's weird is that I usually walk around, and that's how I practice. I do like some stuff, but since I can't move, it was weird. And I go out there to test that, and they're like, okay, do a sound check. I'm like, okay, check one. Give me Brian's check.
Yeah.
I don't even want to work for it. This is it. I'm like, Brian said you guys were great. He really loved you too. And I'm pointing to the old ladies. He really wants your number. So if you could give that to him.
Yeah.
I assume
212 when you add it
I was
up.
going to say, I assume there's like you guys only have 3 digits apiece. That's how old your phone number is. I'm doing all this stuff.
Call Sarah and have her get a hold of me.
I do like 2 or 3 minutes of crowd work for this mic check. And then the guy's like, okay, cool. Let's check the mic now. Check the mic. I was like, that was it, buddy. That's all I had. Like, that was my whole set. Like, what do you mean check the mic? What? He's like, oh, yeah, I wasn't doing it. I'm like, then why did they send me out here? Like, the guy, the stagehand, sends me out. He's like, okay, go check the mic, make sure that's all right. I'm doing all this stuff. So then I got to go back to check 1, check, testing. And he's like, okay, now we got to check the camera. I'm like, what were you doing this whole time?
Yeah.
But it went really well.
Was it Brian? Was Brian that guy?
Big Mac would have been on top of it. He would have been on time.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have brought coffee.
You look over the monitor at me like I just said something. What does that look?
What?
Yeah,
because you interrupted his phone scrolling.
Huh?
Oh, they said my name. Do I need to be doing something?
Yeah, I would have been on top of it.
Super producer Brian. I don't know if you've met, but even though it was only like 12 people, it was fantastic. I had a better time with those 12 people than I've had in some rooms with over 100 people.
Well, you probably feel appreciated, and you know what, man. No disrespect to you.
Oh well, here it comes.
They are so stir crazy. that you could have probably went up there and been like, these are all new and none of them have punchlines. And they'd have been like, that's the best set I ever saw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not one of them has a punchline. So here's my premise. A chicken wears a watch and gets hit by a Coors Light train.
Let me workshop some stuff with you real quick.
Yeah. So it crossed the road, but then the Coors Light train came through. Then there was 3 guys sitting there with ranch and barbecue sauce, and they ate the chicken. What do you think I can do with that? And they're like, yeah, that's not a workshop, Ted.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I feel it would be.
They had tapioca pudding for dessert. Oh, I love this.
Oh my goodness,
this is
they had
fantastic.
pudding?
No, that was a great time, and I've the best part. So Brian it gets angry when I don't record my stuff. He's like, record your stuff. I want to see it. You need to use it for practicing. So the whole way up there, he's like, record your stuff. Record your stuff. I come off the stage, and I see Brian holding the camera. My brain is like, wait, but we set the camera out in the audience. Why does he have the camera? And we're going back there, and he's like, oh, so right after I was done, Ted, I ran out and I grabbed the camera and I started putting it away because I forgot to record you. So he sends me the footage. It's like 3 minutes in, but he's like, oh, you could hear him like putting the camera going, I'm supposed to record Ted. He's running through like the backstage area and he's trying to get out, but he tries to get out through the side door and the guy's like, we need to keep this door closed. He's like, crap, Ted, I think I really messed this up. And he runs back up on the stage and he's like off to the side behind me.
A Blair Witch Project of your stand-up.
So now I have a footage of me from behind shooting at me. So all you can see is my big like bald dome, and it's very quiet because I'm not facing the mic. Yeah. So it's just like look like a thumb with a beard. It's hilarious, It's just the best part is him like running through the hallways, like, oh, I think I really messed this up, Ted. I'm so sorry.
Can I say something though? Seriously?
Yeah, sure.
This is when those head tattoos that I've been trying to push you to get for a while. Bam. If they would have came in handy, because at least they'd have something to look at.
Yeah, it would have covered up the fact it looked like I'm smuggling a hot dog in the back of my head.
Yeah.
Is he got
or at least an
arrow?
Is
that his head, or is he got a bag of hot dogs back there?
At least an arrow that says like advertise here or something. You know what I mean?
Or
something.
Damon Sidekick?
Hey, there's one. I said it. I caught myself, and you didn't catch me.
Yeah, because I'm trying to not hear it. But I got to take a drink. Hold on.
I got to blame Big Mac for that.
Take a drink.
I got to blame Big Mac. Hey, so when I did come in today, because Ted's taking a drink, and that's fine.
Well, you said we had to drink whenever you said, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just playing the game. Was this not the... Did I get suckered again? Son of a bean.
You just hear, poof. Okay, now it's just Damon.
You and your sassafras.
No, when I came in today, though, I had 2 packages with me.
Yes, you did.
Okay. And
none of them were zebra cakes, by the way.
No, but one bag was bacon. The bag has nothing but bacon on the outside of it. Yeah. I know that's not your total response for that.
No.
We know. But so I did ask Nicole, well, while I hobbled to the shower today to get ready, I said, can you put this stuff in bags so I can? Yeah. So I come down and she goes, Ted hates bacon, right? And I go, yeah. Well, Nicole put it in a bacon bag for you.
This is how rumors start, Big Mac.
Yeah.
I do not hate bacon.
Okay,
I do not want a sandwich that is just entirely bacon. That's what I said.
I will clarify. So I will retract the last statement. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. So I will retract that.
Okay.
And I will say, Ted does not like mass quantities of bacon.
Thank you. Yes.
At any given point. Okay. He likes it as a accoutrement. That was your Spanish word.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Your Spanish word.
Yes. That was my Greek word. Sure.
So I did bring him in. We're going to put the video up on social media later. Because I took
Wait, that was a video?
Yeah. I took a video of him opening it. But it's a shirt that has his caricature. What is it called?
Caricature. It's a necessity.
It's got Cartoon Ted on it.
Avatar.
Yeah, but go ahead.
It's an avatar.
There we go. Yes.
That would be the dumbest Avatar. If I would never watch a movie with Avatar filled with that. If that blue guy had a head like that in Avatar, I would shut it off immediately.
This man has children and a job.
Yeah.
And people come up to him and ask him advice, Brian. Just, all right. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's not an Avatar. Holy cow. Wow.
You want to do a podcast, Brian?
Avatars are right at
I got
Disney.
a couple mics right down here at the table for you.
Yeah. Hey, make sure you turn that one on because there's a bad story about that one not being on.
Can you turn that one off?
Yeah. So I hand him the bag and he opens it and he sees and it's got his avatar. With that checks out underneath it on it. Well, he's holding up the back of the shirt. Very excited that it's the front of the shirt. I don't know if you noticed that right off the bat.
Well, we'll get to the end of your story because it's great, but I'll tell you why I thought that.
Yeah. So it's on there. And of course we did a bit before I did. I said you had to be a real badass to ever wear a shirt with your own face on it. So I thought this was ironic and fun and this and that. So speaking of ironic, what's ironic, Ted?
When you have 10,000 spoons, but all you need is a knife.
Correct. All right. So that's ironic.
I was afraid to fly and took a flight and it
I
crashed.
still didn't buy a lottery ticket because I just feel like you're going to get lucky once, and that's once. But he opens a shirt, he holds it up. Mac's laughing, I'm laughing, I'm taking video of it, and then as he's holding up the back of it to show Mac, he manages to read the front of it. What's the front of it say?
It says Damon's Sidekick. It has my title on it.
So it says Damon's Sidekick, and on the back, it's got his cartoon Ted, because I have a hard time doing the Avatar thing, but it has his cartoon Ted.
Caricature.
Character.
I can't do it now, you idiot. Now I can't get it on.
See? I'm saying necessity to know how to say caricature.
That's all, folks.
Yeah. So he's laughing and losing his mind, and it was good. It was a great reaction, and I wanted to do that right before because first off, I was late because I'm moving so slow, and then second off, it raised the energy for what we were about to do. But then I did hand him one because he's going to be doing a show, and I don't know if he'll wear something like that for a show, but even if he wears it afterwards, when he's done and he's sitting in the audience or something, it might be kind of funny. Who knows?
Yeah, because I usually do put on a uniform, like I have a certain
correct.
Look.
Yeah. You still doing the vest thing because you lost a lot of weight? Are you still doing the vest?
Well, it's funny. I bought a new vest. You know where I'm wearing that vest?
Where?
In the Avatar.
Are
the
you
Avatar
kidding
is
me?
wearing that vest.
The same vest?
The new vest, the smaller vest, yeah.
Okay, so
now I think I'm going to have to wear that shirt underneath.
Under the vest?
Well, no, I'm going to have to wear the shirt because there's a shirt under the vest in the Avatar. I'll wear that whole outfit.
Yeah.
And then
open it up.
It'll have that thing on it.
You know what? I did not know that I just made you that happy, but I think you're smiling on the inside.
But here's why I thought that was the front of the shirt is because we had that conversation where you said Randy Moss was wearing a shirt of his own face on it.
Right.
So I thought that. But then you also said that you like shirts where it's just stuff on the front. You don't like it on the back. You like it.
Correct.
So I was like, oh, well, cool. He got me a shirt with this on it thinking I'll never wear it. But he's met me, so he knows I will.
Yeah.
So I didn't even think about it. And then as I opened it up to show the camera, because I thought you were taking a photo, was when I read that it thankfully had my title on it that said Damon's Sidekick. Now I can just go into Marishka's and get my sandwich without having to say.
Yeah, but I don't have to say anything. Right.
Here's the order right here.
Yeah.
Damon's Sidekick is here.
This guy's here for poor boys.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're listening to this in the future, Nicole, you did not get a poor boy because neither did we.
Yeah. No, this is 9:00 in the morning. If they're making them this early, kudos to them.
Yeah, we could probably smell it. We're close enough.
Yeah. But I had another one made, a little bit darker gray too, which I like it on the darker
heather
color.
gray, I think.
Yeah. But where they just put it on the front. So it'll be
Yeah.
it'll be cool. And then we had some decals made. So
we're getting merch.
Yeah, I'm working on doing decals and stuff for Windows, and we'll be giving that stuff out and doing different stuff. So we want the word out there. And then we'll have shirts for sale. But I'm not going to.
Yeah, yours could be as a sale. Sure.
Yeah, we're not going to make any money on them. I don't mean sailboat size.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh.
So you need like
no, but you're right. We
X's.
don't want to. We're not doing this for money. It'll be at cost or close to it.
What I'm going to do, Shelly does the shirts for me, and I'm going to get all her information. We're going to put it up. She's basically, we're going to link everything we have to her. She'll make them in different colors. She'll make them in different sizes. She will make them as you're ready for them. So what's nice is you'll be able to personalize it and have it yourself. Excuse me.
You got
now I
touched
need a
it,
drink.
didn't
Yeah.
you? Touched by an angel.
But by doing that, I want the proceeds to go to her and her business because she's also her proceeds go to pet shelters. So I don't need. I'm not trying to make money off of this. I know it costs me money right now to do it. Costs you money to do it. But from T-shirts, if somebody wants to wear something that says our name on it, I
think they should go on your watch list first off.
Ooh, you know what? I like where you're going there.
Yeah.
I like where you're going there. I wonder if we should have to have them fill out a form too, see if they qualify to wear it. Because have you ever worn sandals with blue jeans?
Are you ever going to wear these jeans?
Yeah.
On a water ride?
Yes.
At an amusement park
while sporting that checks out.
Yeah. Because that violates the terms and conditions that you clicked on. That's what that check is.
Is that that would be so amazing? Someone just comes and takes the shirt right away from you. It's like, So we're not only not making money on shirts, I'm paying people to follow around the people that wear the shirts. That seems like this is a great business venture that we've just launched.
Make no money.
Is this
Tell
how you
people
did your
can't wear
comedy
stuff.
for that room of people? Is this how you did your comedy? You're like, okay, so.
Yeah, talked about not funny stuff for 40 minutes. Absolutely. That's what I did.
But,
My calamity.
Yeah.
That's how I did it. Sure.
Is that, it can't be an avatar if it's got something else under it, right? Where it says that checks out on it. Is
Do you know what it, like, can you explain to him what an avatar is, Brian? Because I don't think he gets it.
No,
I don't-
Let's just
Let it go with it.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll get to it later.
Oh, yeah. It's cool because if it was something Ted didn't know, it would be Googled on the screen behind me and we would all have talking points. But when it's something David doesn't know, it's like, you know what? He's never going to get it anyway. So I don't think that any form of media.
You killed Brian. It's the hardest I've ever seen.
Yeah. I don't think any form of media. I don't think if we had Adam Avatar walk in here himself and describe it, that it would work. Thanks, buddy. Wow.
Oh, you cracked the code.
I'm just glad to see you're awake. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, Damon, here's the code for the podcast this week. I'll put it up. Just send me some money. You jerkweed. Yeah. I turn around, the screen's blue. I'm like, well, yeah, because Damon's talking about
In
something.
our defense, you can't turn that way anyway.
I really can't too much.
So
no.
you can put whatever he wants up there today. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can see.
Yeah. Not that we're reliving, but if you have one of these injuries, your leg can go straight forward and backwards. If you think you're going to twist it, turn it.
Oh, it's not a
or move-
Wonkavator?
Oh, it's bad. It's
It
bad.
can't go sideways and slantways. And
No. And if you think you're going to go down a step on an angle, you're going to go down all the steps right after you take
And
that
a lot of
one.
angles.
Yeah. There's going to be lots of angles and probably some drywall repairs. So you're not going to want to do that. But yeah, thanks for the assistance, Mac. I appreciate it. You're totally on it.
was
He's probably
amazing.
Googling on his phone. He's like, no, I know what it is now.
I should double check. Should I see what avatar?
Yeah.
You haven't seen that on Facebook when people put those little like weird pictures of them, like their thumbs up, like yay. That's called an avatar.
I understand that, but they're not in an oval that promotes their company usually and has a name underneath it. Because that's why I'm saying.
Well, my avatar is in the oval.
Correct. I wouldn't consider that if your avatar has that checks out on it. I appreciate that because that only benefits me too. So I get it.
Now I'm going to pay Timmy Blaze to make one of you that just says, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So real story. Shelly also made one of me, and I will show you on my phone afterwards.
Wait.
She made one.
If you're going to do that,
Yeah.
I need you to scroll to some hot stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see this picture.
No, it's in the text.
So if you're going to make...
yeah, it's in the text.
No, it's got to be in your gallery so we can do some scrolling. Who's that? What do you got there?
What's
going
that?
on?
Is that nudity? What is that? What is that? Huh?
Oh, girls, is that you?
Oh my God. Selfies.
Oh, God.
Get out of the selfies.
Oh.
He's in a selfie camera. But no, she made one and she sent it. And I said, thank you, but no thanks, because I really hate my own fat face. That was my exact response. I wish I was joking. I'm not joking. And she LOL'd it. And I thought, well,
is this one of those like exaggerations, like at Six Flags when they do that, like kind of looks like you, but at a glance you're like, who is that?
It was one of those things. So there it is.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, no,
And I really don't like it.
no.
And it's not because she did a bad job.
Yeah,
it's
no.
because that's like a mirror. Don't like it. But that's what I put underneath it.
Yeah,
And I really did right. I wrote, thanks, but no thanks. I don't like my own fat face.
I like how she fat bubbled the letters too.
Yeah, she did.
Mine are like nice and clean and tight.
She
They're
kind
like,
of, well, and then what's
he
weird
probably
is,
wants those little wobbly bubbles for his letters.
well, what's weird is in this, and I'm never going to put it up because once I put it up, anybody can take it and haunt my life.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Show it again. Show it again.
He's trying to take a picture with his own phone of my phone. But when I'm looking at it, because I got a blue shirt on it, it's got a blue background. So my head,
It just floats
fat
around.
face, yeah, it looks like it's just floating. And you're thinking, if it was weightless and floating, wouldn't it look different? You know,
It would just be lolling around, rolling
Yeah.
at the bottom of the oval.
yeah. But my point is when I did it, she's a sweetheart, but she just put LOL, and I'm like, well, you could try to talk me off the ledge.
Yeah, there
I'd
was
be
no
like,
oh no, you look great.
yeah. I'd be like, I can only put these on 4X shirts. They won't fit on anything smaller because it's got your face on it.
Yeah.
So that
Well,
was.
it's not like you're that fat. I don't like the way you said the word "that" right there.
Can you put that on a onesie? No.
No.
Wow. Did you have anything interesting happen to you this week at all?
I just told a story about how I recorded comedy.
But that's
not interesting.
It's interesting, but I mean, like you have no injuries, so you're
No,
good.
no injuries.
So good for you. No drama.
No drama.
Really?
This is a regular week. for
No
me.
triple tap that you're claiming now is a quadruple or
Nope.
or
I didn't have to
five-tapper?
juggle a credit card outside of a window. Yeah.
Really?
Very boring week. Thanks for reminding me.
Did you just sigh?
It's very sad.
Did you film Jurassic Park 7? Ted's dump.
Wait, why does that have to do with Jurassic Park?
Your dinosaur / crying story.
Oh,
Ted got Jurassic
the way you
Park
worded that
7?
without we were talking about like stew.
Oh, hey, if you got a leg injury and you got a stew, terrible.
I don't know if we need to go poop jokes again,
Huh?
but
No, it's not a.
Oh,
it's
I will
not
tell
a
you this,
poop
though.
joke. It's miserable.
So someone who was in that dinosaur story
yeah.
reminded me that I actually had forgotten how it really ended.
Wait a minute.
Everything was true up to the point. I did back up and drive into it. They weren't actually across the street. They did it again to see what my reaction was.
Mm-hmm.
But that first time, I actually went over to their house. It was late. Went over to their house, knocked on the door. Their dad said, "What's going on? What's all this about?" And I said, "I just need you to step aside. I'm going to take care of something." I walk upstairs and I throw it in their face while they're sleeping, and get very angry with them. Walk out. Their dad went in and said, "What was that all about?" And they're like, "Don't worry about it." And Dad was like, "Okay," and that was it.
Yeah.
But I was so angry that I like walked over to that person's house. So I think you could figure it out based on geography.
I know who it
distance.
was then. Yeah.
I walked to that person's house, went inside, had a very heated conversation about leaving dinosaurs in my driveway because that's the mature thing to do.
I would do that today if I had today.
Well, you wouldn't because you
If
can't
you
walk
look at
that
my
far.
Google search, which you probably shouldn't, but if you look at
Oh,
my
scroll that. Who's that?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
you would see that I know going rate right now for dinosaur cutouts. I'm fully aware of what those cost. So, Big Mac, I think you should get something sponsored for dinosaur cutouts. Do you have a dinosaur cutout guy?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. So that's back to the nope button
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
That seems to be a relationship between you and Brian.
Yeah.
The only time he says yes is it time to send the money?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or is it? Wait a minute. Can you do 9 o'clock? Nope.
Nope.
10? Nope.
Oh, are we going the other way? 8? Oh, very much nope.
Yeah. No, it's that was a joke too. A lot of guys had fun with that. Where they're like, you have a good relationship. I said, I think we have a real good relationship. But we did not know Brian before we started this. We got this. I found this online.
Yeah.
And I said, this can work. And we've been doing it. So.
Yeah, and you prefaced it like I didn't know Brian, and you did all the legwork. So you found the studio, you found Brian and everything. And then you spent the first week before we recorded telling Brian how much of a piece of trash I am. We got confirmation from Big
okay.
Mac over there. He
No,
remembers.
he's laughing because it's false.
Because
It's false. Yeah. He's a huge piece of garbage, though, isn't he, Brian?
The hugest.
Yeah. See?
Well, wait a minute. I'm
what happened
sitting
to my
next to
notebook?
this guy?
What happened to my notebook? Well, yeah. I mean, in comparison, the guy's a winner, but he's second place is still the first loser. Okay. There's 2 of us. I'm sure.
You ain't first, you're last.
Yeah. I'm sure if the Olympics, everybody that swam against, who's the guy with the big ears that won everything?
Phelps.
Yeah. You know, if there was only 2 guys in the pool,
The guy
he
that-
finished his second.
The
But
guy
he
that
still
Subway
lost.
was like, thank God we had him.
Oh.
We had a fallback plan when that Jared thing fell through. Hey, Michael, have you met any children?
I don't think that was their fault. I think that their real reaction was, listen, the fat guy lost all the weight. Now we got nothing. So let's go to a guy who eats 5,000 calories a day and he can promote 6 foot longs for lunch. I think that was really it.
Seriously.
Because if you think about it, I think when people train like that, they eat like,
Oh, swimming? Oh, my God.
like
yeah.
5,000 calorie like meals.
Yeah.
And they eat like 3 or 4 times a day, which, I mean, so do the rest of us. I get it. So is what it is. What's that look for?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Oh, I lost a couple pounds, so I guess I don't eat meals
4 or
times
5 a day?
Huh?
4 or 5 meals a day?
Okay, well then what do you Hey, do you
No,
ever,
I just put all those calories into one meal. I don't have that kind of time.
right. Here's my 12,000
Yeah.
calorie nightcap. What are you having?
I just put sandwiches in between the pancakes. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I will say I do like the McGriddle when they do that.
Yeah.
I wish I could make those at home. If you use a regular pancake, because those are infused with
it's
syrup.
Yeah,
right?
I don't have a syrup infuser at my house. Does Instapot make one? Because if you buy one, I know I can have it.
If Instapot makes one, or if Magic Bullet, maybe he can get one with the next
Ninja?
picture.
I think those are the only people that make appliances anymore based on my kitchen. Ninja, Magic Bullet, and
I
Instapot.
saw an oven thing that cooks. It says you perfectly seared steak, and then there's on the tray below it is like their asparagus and their carrots and this and that. And they said it cooks everything. And I looked at it, and I mean it's like the size of 2 microwaves, and you would set it on your counter. And I'm like, who's going to put a pizza oven on their counter to cook this stuff when you have an oven in your kitchen?
Wait, does it fit on my oven?
Right.
Because if it can fit on my oven between my microwave and my oven.
You're going old TV? You're going old school TV? Remember that when we were kids? The big TV break, it's too heavy?
Wait, no, don't turn that one on. It's the one up. It's the smaller one above it.
Or for those of you that aren't at least 44 years old.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah. Yet. What do you got? Like final countdown here, Chachi.
Yeah, we are.
It's coming.
We're in the day countdown. By the time this comes out, it'll be the right week. So
correct. Yeah, you'll be in there. But I remember a time where we had the TV broke, but the stereo part of the TV still worked because it was a big cabinet.
Right.
So then you just put another TV on top of the stereo part or the TV part, and
you just RCA that right into the cabinet.
Correct. But that was when we had Atari. That was when we had stuff. We didn't play video games like now. The kids got the video games hooked to everything. So you got them on your phone too, I think. You got them on.
Yes, you can do.
If you're looking at something on the screen, I swear I'm going to lose my mind.
There's nothing on there. I think Brian fell asleep. I
know.
winded. I'm trying to.
He's winded from all the laughing.
But the McGriddle, yeah, that's.
I will.
The first time I had that, it was in Hawaii, and my brother-in-law was like, "That's never going to catch on," and I was like, "Oh." As I'm eating two, as I told him to, like, let's spin back around. Give me another one because I'm almost done with this one. Like, I think maybe this. Have you been to the mainland recently? I think this will be a hit.
Well, in Hawaii, are people more fit than they are here?
No,
I wouldn't think so. It's the other way around, isn't it?
Well, I mean, some are. Yeah, it's the same. It's a mix, but and you can get Spam at McDonald's. That's how
Spam.
Yeah, well, it's an island. Meat is kind of a hot commodity out there. So when the soldiers or the seamen were stationed out there at Pearl Harbor, they sent canned meat and stuff.
I just giggle when you said that, but go ahead.
I did it on purpose. I could have said the Navy men. I could have said,
I try to keep it clean.
I could have said the boat soldiers. Anything just to avoid you saying that in front of you, but I did it on purpose.
I know, but I giggled.
Yeah. No, they have that like where they take Spam and wrap it in the seaweed, like the fake sushi. And you get that you can get Spam eggs and rice at McDonald's. It's the U.S., but it's a whole different country out there.
Really? Because I know when you go overseas, that's how it is.
Yeah.
But
I tell you to go visit it, but you don't get on the plane, and I don't think that kind of thing floats your boat.
You know what I mean?
In
no,
Japan,
when my daughter,
they
what's
have
that?
a lot of pork. In Japan, I
Yeah?
went there, the McDonald's pork and
Really?
Spam. Yeah, there's a lot more pork sandwiches.
Really?
Will that get you on a plane?
No.
Next time you go, let me know. I'll go with you. I would love to go to Japan.
I would like to go. I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I wouldn't go.
What, you just want to like float over in a balloon?
Yeah. Yeah. Because heights is totally my thing.
Make sure you bring the chimpanzee, just in case you do get the urge to jump.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to go check that out. Did you bring Bobo?
Tell him to get out his calculator.
No.
Oh man, I got the only chimpanzee on suicide watch. You
He just give you the old grizzled one he's got a cigarette hanging out.
But
it's come to this, huh? Come to this.
The reason I asked about if the people are smaller there or this or that, because I don't really know their culture, but I know like they're United States, but like we here, we're very gluttonous. So I didn't know if they're there because they don't have the resources we have here on the mainland.
Yeah. So
I wasn't sure. And all I know about Hawaii
is from Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I was just going to say from Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I knew it was coming.
Oh my God. I love that show. He's coming out with a new show, I guess.
Is
he's gonna show off all his kids, grandkids, great grandkids.
His new wife.
Huh? I think he's getting a new wife.
No,
isn't
I think
he?
I think they already did that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
not really up on the Dog the Bounty Hunter, Dwayne Chapman trivia. But
I very much follow him on Facebook.
Yeah, we drove by his place.
He has a pretty palatial estate out there.
No, I meant like the bail bonds office. Just randomly. We drove by and I was like, that's that place where the guy does the thing.
Yeah. Where the guy does the thing.
Where the guy does the thing. Well, the dog does the thing.
That's how people give directions to your comedy shows.
Yeah.
They're like, well, you know, where the guy
Well, no,
does
it'd
the
be
thing.
where the guy doesn't do the thing.
We call it a focus group. It's not really a comedy show. It's more of a focus group.
I thought the guy in the early part was supposed to bring up the crowd.
Yeah. There's people leaving, and
Well, they do it for now, just thin out the crowd.
Right.
There's too many. We need a social distance. Send Ted out.
yeah, Ted's got this.
He'll clear it out.
We sold too many tickets. Wilson, you're up. That's how we go. Well, then you probably got the red jacket too, so you go out and you start parking cars then, so you can make more money when they're leaving.
You look really familiar.
Where's the valet guy? He's still on stage. He'll be off in a couple minutes, and
Be
he'll
off in a
come get
minute.
all our cars.
It's the only way I'm getting paid.
But back to Dog the Bounty Hunter, which is phenomenal. I told my wife there was a time where I watched a lot of reality TV. But when I say reality TV, like I don't care about like Real Housewives or this or that. I care more about if you own a pawn shop, which I used to like the guys from Detroit, that Gold family or whatever.
Oh,
Less Gold.
yeah.
Yeah, but it was yeah. But I liked that one. Okay.
Hardcore Pawn, I believe.
Hardcore Pawn.
That one was
Yes,
called.
I like that one. I liked shows about Sturgis.
Okay.
So I liked the one that had Jackal, his brother-in-law or whatever, or buddy, owned the place burned down there, and I can't remember what it was called, which he rebuilt it. But I watched that show. So I told my wife that my dream job was to be a bounty hunter at Sturgis that runs a pawn shop during the day. And I still think that maybe someday that's how I'll retire.
So that's during the day. Now at night, will you be a bounty? Will you be a bouncer?
I'll be a bounty hunter at night.
Oh, you'll be a bounty.
Yeah, but during the day, I'm going to run a pawn shop.
Oh, okay.
But I want to
On
be
the weekends,
in
will you be a
Sturgis.
bouncer at like a roadhouse?
Not if this hip don't get better. There's no way. Not if this hip. There's no way that I can make that happen. You know.
But you'll be a bounty hunter?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Well, that's true.
about it.
Dog usually just made his wife do all the driving and his sons do all the running.
I'm going to have to take up chain smoking, and I already say the word brother.
Is that how you say
a lot.
brother? Yeah.
I say it a lot.
Look, brah.
Yeah.
Brah.
Hey, brah. Hey, brah. We're going to get you better, brah. You gotta
Well, we
listen
just
to me,
lost
brah.
anyone that was left.
How much you bench, brah? No, that's the bad one. But no, that was my phase that I went through at, I don't know, from like 33 to, what am I now, 44? Yeah, 44.
We just talked about it 2 minutes ago.
Right. And it got me all excited again because I was thinking, man, that's
These people are doing nothing and getting paid on TV. I could do that. Is that what it was?
The Sturgis thing, they would talk to them. They're open like 2 weeks out of the year, and they make millions and millions of dollars. Like that, it funnels their whole thing. Why? Who would want to work 2 weeks out of a year? Nothing?
Yeah, no, I nothing I want to put on audio. Remind me later. I'll tell you what I was thinking when you said that.
What happened to Inner Thoughts?
Oh, these must forever. These will die with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, those are inner thoughts will die with me. Yeah. Even Brian's like, oh, I want to murder this guy just so I could find out what it was.
How soon will they come out? That's amazing. So I guess if you're going to spit on my dreams, then I don't know. Maybe I'll just be an astronaut or something. I mean, it is what it is.
You're not from Ohio. They're the mother of astronauts.
What do you mean the mother of astronauts?
Most, by percentage, most presidents and astronauts have come from Ohio.
Really?
Do you know anyone from Ohio that would be qualified for that? I don't.
No.
And I specifically know a few people from Ohio. That's why I'm saying it.
Oh, we do. Collectively, we do.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
That's
That's a
purposely
dig.
why I said it.
Yeah, that's a dig right there.
It was. They don't listen to this. What do we care?
Yeah, that's all right, though. That's all right. That was, by the way, you did some coaching this week. You coached.
I did not. Swear to God. Swear on my father's grave.
All right, then I believe you. You didn't coach.
Did not coach.
Yeah. Man, I thought you really
I just think that
coached.
person knows us too well, which is scary.
Yeah, I just, had a couple comments that I could have swore came right out of your phone. You know what I mean? Typed right in.
No.
So no coaching.
No, not at all.
Man, okay. I didn't want to call you on it. Well,
You
called
did call me
on
on it.
it.
I don't want to call you on it. I called you on it. I didn't want to call you
But
on
I
it.
wanted to call you on it here because I figured you'd either squash it or you'd be spot on.
I squashed that beef.
Or if we were in Japan, you'd squash that pork. Yeah, that's how it works. So
Well, he is learning stuff,
yeah.
Brian.
So in Japan, do they say beef? It's the other brown meat. What do they say?
They do have beef out there. It's just cows are more are rarer.
Yeah, there's not as much land to actually
I can't
raise
speak.
cows
Don't look at me
on,
like that.
so.
Oh, what is okay? So why you have a real vocabulary issue today? What happened?
I'll tell you about that after we're off the air too.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, he's right. I mean, they do have really expensive beef out there.
It's that drinking game. I've only said it twice.
You think this is coffee? What are you, nuts? I have to work with you at 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday.
It's mostly coffee, and the rest is Bailey's Irish.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't know that's why they do that. Well, I guess because they're heavily populated, right? So they have limited.
Well, they're on
free
islands,
range.
so they just don't have the land. But the
Right.
beef they do have is expensive. They're Wagyu beef. Did you have that while you're out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had horse too.
Is that awesome?
Wait, what? That just turned a corner.
You had what?
Horse. Sushi. I had raw horse.
You had raw horse? I've had raw beef, but now we're going. You
kind
blew this guy's mind over here.
What kind? Were you in like some kind of survivalist mind camp? What were you
No,
doing?
most of the world eats horse.
It was Bear Grylls over there. I want to take this
Oh
horse.
no grills over there. He ate it raw. What are you talking about?
I don't enjoy the fact that I laughed at that.
Yeah, no grills.
That was not funny at all.
Wow.
Yeah, no, he's right. It's
Really?
yeah.
Is it just
it's more common
because
in
of their
other areas.
size? But aren't they mostly muscle? And you don't really eat muscle, do you? Like a ton of
Well, you can-
muscle's a tougher. It's a tougher meat. It's a tougher
Well, you can
cut.
probably
fatten
different
them up?
breeds, yeah, to fatten them up.
Wow. Well, so
I've never had horse, so I'm not the expert on this. We have to go to Big Mac.
So I've seen, like we talked about before, the midget horses. Then, so what are those like? Veal?
I have no idea. I didn't look into it that much.
No, those are like sliders.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Those are like an appetizer.
It's like the White Castle of
Yeah,
of
the white
Tokyo.
stable of
Tokyo.
Tokyo. This is terrible. We've lost everyone.
I came in injured. I came in changing I literally sat down late and then looked at you and go, hey, you know what we're going to do today? Yeah, let's not do that. That just sucks. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. We're
We're going to improv. It'll be fine. I think we probably should.
Yeah, we probably should wrap this crap show.
Yeah. But we talked about it at the beginning. Please, if you do still want to listen to this, please subscribe. Please do it automatic
Nobody's
download.
listening now. We got to start talking about subscribing at the beginning.
We did.
Hey.
And I'm just reiterating.
Oh, okay. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe right now.
Yeah. If you made it this far, you're hardcore. If you're not subscribed, you need to be.
No, we want to say thanks to everybody. We'll put some topics out. I do have enough to do. We can do that as part of a show, but the bad part is most of them, because they were sent to me, are about me. So what you're going to say is you're going to go, oh yeah, here, a whole segment on,
I think what Damon is backhandedly saying is that I don't have any supporters, fans, or friends. So if some of them could reach out, even if you send it to Damon, if you could reach out and tell people what I'm known for, which is apparently bad comedy and putting an avatar of my face on a shirt.
Wow. And beating the crap out of a cardboard cutout of a dinosaur. So it's something known,
Right.
It's a known commodity. But no, we'll put out some topics and we'll have some fun, but this was kind of thrown together and
I still think it was fun.
I had a lot of fun and I needed this today because seriously, I've been miserable all week. And now being more miserable now, I appreciate the week a lot more.
Yeah.
So it's
funny how that works.
It's very positive. Yeah. Just getting in your presence. I was like, wow, this week pain really
We put a
wasn't
darker
bad.
gray lining on that already dark cloud.
Yeah. 50 shades of stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, he's been Damon. That's been Brian. I have been Damon's sidekick.
Yes.
And this has been That Checks Out.
Yeah, it checks out. You gotta put that shirt on. You gotta put this shit.
For the video.
Huh? For the video outside?
Yeah.
That would
Do you want to do that, or do you want to just use the one because you want to ruin that video with that video with that video?
No, it doesn't. You can wear that shirt whenever you want to. I don't care.